I am here because I cheated on my husband and I want to save my marriage. My husband and I have been married for 10.5 years and we have 2 beautiful children. Our family was beautiful. I love us and am very proud of us. We had a great circle of loving and supportive family and friends. My husband is an amazing person. He is the dream. Handsome, incredibly smart, kind, fun, loving. He adored me and he loved our family. Me and the kids meant everything to him. We were his top priority always. Last year I started a new job and a couple of months into it I started becoming very interested in one of my co-workers. He became interested in me and gave me a lot of positive attention which I enjoyed very much. We started spending a lot of time together at work and I became distant and cold at home. I started resenting my family. My husband, who knows me better than anyone on earth, felt what was going on and asked me about. I came out clean and told him I wanted to save our marriage. We quickly started seeing a therapist and he proceeded for the next 3 months to do everything humanly possible to fix our marriage and make me happy. He wanted to win my heart back and wanted to help me get over my crush and back 100% into our family and marriage. I told him I wanted to work with him on that and I did mean it. But I didn't. I went to therapy and I tried to do the things that I knew I had to do, but I didn't do them. I continued to get closer to my co-worker. I continued to fantasize about leaving my family and how much I would enjoy being single and free again. My emotional affair with my co-worker eventually led to one incident where it crossed to physical. After that, my co-worker lost interest in me. I was still hung up on him, but it became a bit easier to begin to move on when he was not engaging. So I started slowly to recommit to my marriage and things were getting better. Problem is, I had not come clean to my husband about the physical incident or the fact that throughout the summer while he was working his ass off to fix our marriage and was trusting that I was too, I was actually, in spite of what I was saying, still continuing to engage in the affair. When he asked me one night about it, I confessed and the shit hit the fan. My husband's world came crashing down on him. The one person he loved and trusted the most in this world turned out to be a cheating liar, and everything he held dear to his heart was violently taken away and smashed in his face. We broke up and I moved out. We split the kids' time between us and lived like that for 2 months. At which point, my husband found enough courage and kindness in his heart to give me a second chance and to try and work with me on fixing our marriage. It has now been 9 months since I moved back in and every day is a struggle. My husband is still utterly crushed and traumatized and I am struggling to know what I can say and do to help him heal. Sometimes I do things right and others I seem to just be a stupid idiot who makes things worse. I quit my job in February and started a new one. I have not seen or spoken to my affair partner since then, and even before I left. I blocked him before I left from all my social media channels and have no interest in ever knowing anything about him. My feelings for him evaporated as quickly as they formed and I have nothing but resentment, anger and disgust towards him. But I try to let go even of those feelings. He is not worth an ounce of my energy and I want to free every inch of my heart and mind to helping my husband heal and my family get through this catastrophe. I have always known that I have challenges in the way I relate to people and the way I behave in life. My childhood and upbringing is mainly why, and I knew that I needed to confront my demons and heal myself. But I was too scared and too complacent to actually address my issues. This experience was rock bottom, and with that, the help of my husband and the motivation of wanting to save my marriage, I have taken a few steps towards getting help. I am not yet where I need to be and moving slower than my husband would like to see. But the system for those seeking mental health support is unfortunately also slow. I am seeing a therapist, in line to see a psychiatrist in October, and on the waiting list for a specialized program offered out of one of the local hospitals for people who have experiences like mine. Progress is slow, but I can feel it and see it, and it gives me hope. But my husband still struggles and suffers every day. Some days are easier for him than others. Last night was a hard one. I want to do more and better at helping him heal and find a way to forgive and towards reconciliation. He does not yet feel that I understand the full magnitude of the damage. And to be honest, I can only imagine how it must feel. I have never been cheated on by a loved one, because I have never been loved in the first place. I grew up in a family and community where cheating and lying seemed to be the norm. People's feelings aren't really seen to be that important. Everyone around me lied, and as a child I saw the adults around me die safe and lie to me and to others in front of me on a daily basis. My husband was the one person on this earth that truly and unconditionally loved me, and I broke his heart. If I put myself in his shoes and try to imagine how he feels, I hate myself to the point of not wanting to be alive. As a way to preserve my sanity, I try not to think about it. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go from here, and I am terrified to my bones of losing him and losing the family we built together for the past 10 years. The beautiful, precious thing we worked so hard on and that I so selfishly injured so badly. Cheating is the worst thing that you can do. It was so not worth it, and I wish I understood that when I could have corrected course with less damage. I wish I got it in time. I wish I could take it all back. This is the worst. My wife, 42 female, and I, 37 male, are in trouble. She wants permission to cheat. Background: we have been together for 6 years now, and we are a bit of an odd couple. I am a homebody with no real drive to do anything or go anywhere other than work. She is an adventurer and loves to travel out of country and try new things. We are also different culturally, as I am a southern white boy and she is Vietnamese, been in the States most of her life. Finally, we are also different mentally. I am normally a logical, deliberate person, and she is borderline bipolar with fits of rage and depression from time to time. We live in the southeastern US. Our situation: she told me this week that she is having urges to cheat on me. She wanted to talk about options for how we can proceed and still be together while fulfilling her other desires. For example, the idea of a throuple, another guy, or a V relationship where she can go have sex with this other dude whenever but still come home to me, etc. This discussion did not take me by surprise, as she has been very open with her feelings over the years, and I know I was not able to meet all of her needs. The reality of this all really hit me this week, and I told her I am not comfortable with it. I don't want to be some chump sitting around the house while his wife is out getting busy. She suggested we take a week of separation to see how we feel about each other afterwards. She will be heading to a hotel tonight. While I love her, I know this relationship has been difficult for me and seems to be a constant drain on my mental state. She requires a lot of validation and reassurance, which I am not very good at delivering. I feel like this is inevitable, but it's going to hurt a lot. Question: what should I do while we are separated to really understand how to move forward? Any advice in general about this situation is also welcome. Hey folks, this got a lot more attention than I expected. Thanks for all of the replies. The morning that I posted this, she was still home and sleeping in. After she woke up, she decided not to go to the hotel and confronted me to work things out. She directly asked me if the relationship is over or not. She then showed me all of the Valentine's gifts I have given her over the years, slideshows of our experience, and my commentary each year, and it made me realize I was being a doofus. We talked about the cheating aspect, and it was more of a miscommunication between us than not her asking permission to go outside of our relationship. I even showed her this thread. She read all of the comments. She felt my version of events was very one-sided and not fair to the actual timeline. She wanted me to post some additional facts below that I am in agreement on. Additional background: we are both equally attractive and financially independent. I was bad in the sack from the beginning of the relationship. I only have had one other sexual partner before her. She has tried to coach me on various things like how to arouse her and pleasure her, but to no avail. She initiates sex 99% of the time and has tried to spice things up with lingerie, etc. Despite all of this, she had accepted it for what it was. Only recently she started to have urges to stray. She brought this up in conversation with me to see what we can do to resolve it. My initial question was to ask her, do you want an open relationship? To try and understand what she was asking. She researched it and felt open relationship would not work out, as many comments had affirmed below. She wanted to know my thoughts on the V or throuple situation. During the conversation, we talked about my general apathy about the subject and our relationship. She stopped the discussion there and said we need to focus on understanding why I felt this way. She asked if we should spend some time apart to see if I actually miss her when she is away. That is when we decided that she would go to a hotel the next day and spend a few days away from me. So those are the things I left out. This additional info will probably change how most of you felt about this. I was trying to be brief before, but realized now that a lot of this info was pertinent. However, now she is having a big problem with just how quickly I was ready to drop out of this relationship when she has viewed our love as unbreakable and very strong. So now we are trying to figure out how to work through that and build back that trust in the relationship. She sent me this. Should I give it another chance? What would you do? I, 24 male, was cheated on by my wife of 2.5 years, 25 a male, for a total about 3 months, give or take. It took 3 days of her denial, lying, and trickle-truthing for me to get the whole truth of sex. Sexting, nudes, dates, cuddling, emotional intimacy. The whole 9 yards. This is also after months of the whole he's just a friend spiel. I won't go too far into the details, but pretty much as blatant as you can get with infidelity. Took me completely by surprise and I am in shambles. I just want to move past this. And her apologies mean nothing, mainly because the continued denial and eventual admission of the severity. If she had owned up initially, it would have been one thing. 3 days is a long time to be interrogating someone you are supposed to trust. Anyway, she just sent me this document over text. We are quarantining together and she is in the next room. What would you do? Does she seem remorseful? Or is this just more manipulation to save herself from her own embarrassment? What I'm going to do to earn and rebuild your trust again, if you'll let me, I'm going to start by prefacing this with I love you so much and I want to make our relationship work. I have a lot to do and I know there is not going back to how things were. Things will definitely change because this is a colossal betrayal of your trust, and I am not going to be naive in thinking things will be better in one fell swoop. I know I need to put in the work to make you feel valued and healed and loved again because I don't deserve your trust. I have to earn it and rebuild it. Cut off communication unless about work with AP. Complete honesty. I'll let you know what I'm doing, where I've been, who I've talked to. I want to not have secrets about any of this. If you are worried and want to see texts, I will show you. If you want to call me, see me, hear me at any time, I will let you. I can tell you about my day and everything I've done in great detail, even if it may embarrass me, make me look bad, or hurt you. Rebuilding your self-esteem. I need to let you know every day that you are a wonderful person who did not deserve my betrayal. I need to keep reminding myself and you that you are not the victim and that there is nothing wrong with you. Any problems in our relationship did not give me an excuse to humiliate and hurt you. I won't attack you or use your flaws against you because it has nothing to do with my betrayal. I will tell you and write you every day in what ways I value you and in what ways I am grateful for you, so I don't take you for granted and exploit you in the future. Openness in the future. If I feel unhappy or unsettled regarding our relationship, I will treat you like a partner should and be honest about everything, as best as I can. I have had so many problems with this because I feel I won't get what I need from airing out my insecurities, but I will try my best to be brutally honest and open with every little thing that bothers me, even if it's small, even if it's stupid. If I'm in the wrong, I'm in the wrong, and I'll try my best to take it and not feel wronged or hurt by it. I will try to not take differences between us as you repressing me. I want to accept you for who you are, and I want you to accept me for who I am, so long as we don't intentionally hurt each other. I will try to keep trying to understand your point of view, especially when I'm hurt or confused. I know I am a defensive person, especially with my feelings, but in being more and more open more and more frequently, I hope I can break down some of the defenses that have made me grow resentful and bitter and closed off. Examine myself. I don't want to cheat again. I don't want to feel like I can justify it again. I will work every day by journaling why I did this, and if you want, I can share that with you. I will do everything I can to learn from my behavior and not repeat it. There is something that is broken inside me that I need to keep unpacking, and it's my responsibility, not just to you but myself, that I really unpack it. When I am able, I will find a therapist who will deal with just this issue of my cheating and what underlies the infidelity, and help me understand that and hopefully find better ways to deal with those issues. I want to see a marriage counselor if that interests you. I think it could be really helpful so you can be heard and comforted when I can't be that person for you, and I can have more accountability with being honest with my feelings, and we can have that third party to help us be more communicative. I am remorseful for everything I did. It hurts me so badly to see you in pain and know the pain is going to last for a really long time and for no good reason. I value you so much. So much of my adult life has been to make you happy, to see you succeed, to be with you and thrive with you. I don't know where along the way I lost sight of that and became careless and stupid and thoughtless and resentful. I hate that I have lost sight of everything that I wanted to be, and that is a caring, loving, kind person, and I hate that you are the punching bag in all this. I love you and I want to move on from this, even though I know it'll be grueling and painful and so turbulent, and you're too young to endure any of it. If having me in your life will give you any benefit, I'd love to be in it and to weather any storm with you. If you want to cut things off completely and spare yourself, that's fine too. I'd love to continue to support you, your music, your healing from my betrayal, anything. I love you so much, and I am so unbelievable sorry.